The more mentoring and coaching I do, I see a couple of things that really stand out in those that are successful and those that aren't. And I'm going to include a couple of those images on this as well. The first one is procrastination is the thief of time. Easy little motto, however, so true, is that we end up putting off until the day after tomorrow, sometimes it's a lot further than that, to things we should have done yesterday. And we've talked about how some tools can help you do that, one of which is utilizing the Ivy Lee method. The only tools required there are the discipline to do it and a piece of paper and a pencil or pen. And what you do is write down the things that will move the needle the most in your business acquisition quest. The next day, write them down in priority of most important, and then put a time next to them. Putting a time next to them basically means that you have an appointment with yourself, and to do that, you'll stand a much better chance of accomplishing those things. So if that's cold calling, put down when cold calling is and what times. If it's working on a piece or working on a letter or delegating, we'll get to that in a second, that would be very helpful. The second thing is I created this meme. I saw this a long time ago, and then I asked an artist to create it. And it's imagine if hell was having to watch an endless movie of what your life could have been had you put in the work to achieve your dreams. That had a pretty profound effect on me probably 35 years ago. And so I would ask you to remember that. Imagine if hell truly was looking at all the things that you could have had, could have achieved if you had put the work on and put the work in. And most of the time you say, well, I'll get to that at some point. Well, at some point comes and those things haven't happened. And truly you will only regret the things that you didn't do, didn't work at, didn't try, if you will. And so I would encourage you to remember both those things and act accordingly. One of the things that can help a ton of people, is to look at outsourcing. I recently put up a Outsourcing Masterclass that was intended to show you how you could get a VA in the Philippines at a far less price than I bet you would guess that you would for full-time work. What does that do? That does a couple of things. It forces you to think about what is the highest and best use of your time. It also forces you to actually give that person work, which forces you to work on moving the needle forward. And if they're a good VA, they're going to push you to be more productive. They're going to say, I'm almost done with that list of data you gave me, or I'm almost done with the task, or I'm almost done with publishing a podcast, or putting out a piece or a media piece, or whatever it is. And you're going to find that they are far more capable than you might think they are, and have the prejudice, if you will, that if I'm paying that much, how good can the work be? Well, I answer those questions and a whole lot more in that Outsourcing Masterclass. If that has interest, go on over to brucewhipple.com, go under the boot camps and classes, and it's there. Pretty inexpensive class. I wanted to do that for a couple of reasons, but that has proved out to be a game changer, not only for myself in utilizing a VA in the Philippines, but for almost everyone who's done that has said, wow, what a game changer, more productive, I'm getting a lot more done. And ultimately, that's what this process is about. Having a goal, working on it with the intensity to make it happen, and the quicker you can do that, as long as you maintain the stability of the process, the better off you'll be. So, hope that helps. Remember these couple of images I've put up, and they might be good to put into an affirmation as well when you do your affirmations.